It's 7 o'clock at the edge of America, and the Icebox Radio Theater is on the air. Oh, here we go. From the historic Rauscher Building in International Falls, it's the Coffee Landing Radio Hour with our special guest, Darcy Sullivan. It's an hour of comedy, drama, and music coming to you live from the stage of the Coffee Landing Cafe, a family-owned institution at the corner of 3rd Street and 4th Avenue, downtown. So sit back, relax, pour yourself a cup of home-roasted brew, and enjoy the Coffee Landing Radio Hour. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Coming soon to the Icebox Radio Theater, a daytime drama ripped from the very fabric of our lives. A story of two brothers and their wives, sharing the ancestral home, sharing each other's hopes and dreams, each other's fears and worries, and a story of the one thing that threatens to tear their world apart. A walleye fillet that's been in the freezer so long no one can remember to whom it belongs.
So, when are you going to take care of that walleye?
Me? That one's yours.
No, we've been over this. It ain't mine.
Well, it ain't mine.
One Fella's Walleye, a new soap opera that tells the tale of a family in torment, a family on the edge.
Well, we gotta do something. Label there says it's from 2006.
Fine. I'll make it your birthday present. Happy birthday.
Ah, so you admit it's yours?
Well, not anymore. I just gave it to you.
Well, I don't want it.
What's a heck of a thing to say to a birthday present?
Fine, I'm gonna throw it out then.
You do that to my birthday present?
One Fella's Walleye, a drama all of northern Minnesota can relate to.
You know, on second thought, I don't think that fillet is yours.
Oh, finally, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, you know, I don't think you've ever caught a fish quite that big.
Now, wait a minute.
One Fella's Walleye, from the Icebox Radio Theater. 2 men, a freezer, a fish, and don't miss the cliffhanger ending.
No, wait a minute. No, I think this is venison.
One Fella's Walleye on Icebox Radio Theater.
Hey. And it's time once again for First Draft Playhouse, the program where you get to hear all your favorite shows before they ever saw the brutal attack of an editor. Yes, this is how TV and radio sounded direct from the mind of the writer. Tonight's episode, a Western classic. In the spirit of Bonanza and the Big Valley, it's The Carsons of Diablo Gulch. As we open our scene, Ma Carson, the strong-willed matriarch of the indomitable Carson clan, looks out towards the 1,000 head of cattle she calls her own.
Ah, that smell. There's nothing like the sights and sounds of my own ranch, which are built with my own 2 hands, without the interference from a man. Truly, I am content and want nothing more from my life. The sights and sounds of my own ranch, which are built with my own 2 hands, without interference from a man. My only regret is not having a family.
Hello, Ma. It is I, Roger, your only son and heir to this majestic spread what you built without interference from a man.
But if there wasn't interference from a man, how do I have a son?
Well, what you mean?
Well, to get a son, wouldn't a man have to, interfere?
Ma, it is I, your only son, adopted from the local Indian tribe.
Hello, Roger.
Oh, Ma, call me by my Indian name. Hangs out with white folks. Call me by my Indian name. Complains too much. By my Indian name, Soaring Eagle.
Very well, Soaring Eagle. I shall do as you ask in honor of your noble heritage.
Thank you, Ma. Now what hard but honest labor do you have for me this fine day?
Well, the herd, Soaring Eagle. We must get them to market or everything will be lost.
I don't know, Ma. How can you and I possibly drive that herd all the way by ourselves?
Well, I guess we have time to go into town, hire a few sturdy hands, and drive the herd over the next 2 weeks.
Right. It's not like beef cattle go bad like crops, Ma. We got plenty of time. And the train to the slaughterhouse in Chicago runs every month.
Oh, you bet. There's no drama in Diablo Gulch today. Except that if we don't get the herd in tomorrow, the lien on our property will expire.
Oh, no!
And everything we have will fall into the hands of that no-good crook, Black Bart.
That's a little insensitive, ain't it, Ma?
That no-good crook, Beige Bart. That no-good crook, Green Bart. That no-good crook, Black Bart, who is actually Caucasian but is known to wear all black most of the time.
In the name of all that's good and just, we can't let him get away with it, Ma.
We won't, Soaring Eagle.
Who?
Well, that's you, remember? You wanted to be called.
Oh, right. You know what? Second thought.
We won't let him get away with it, Roger.
I'm with you all the way, Ma. Now, if we just... Ma, look there!
What is it?
There, riding up on that fiery black steed. It's Black Bart himself.
Oh, let me do the talking, Junior. I don't want any fist fights.
Oh, there won't be... Junior? There won't be any fist fights, Ma. But if he tries anything, I got my pistol ready.
Oh, put that away. You want to cause a sit-in in Congress?
What?
Put that away. You want to cause a gunfight?
I won't start nothing, but I'll sure to shoot and finish it.
Oh, just put that away. I'll have no gunplay on my ranch.
Oh, all right. Here comes Black Bart on his fiery steed. Here comes Black Bart on an even better fiery steed. All right, here comes Black Bart on whatever the sound effects department could come up with.
Well, hello there, Ma Carson, Soaring Eagle. Beautiful day, isn't it?
What do you want here, Bart?
I'm having trouble with my horse. Surely you wouldn't deny a neighbor a helping hand?
Don't trust him, Ma. He got a hold of the Johnsons' ranch by pretending to need an oil change.
Whatever reason do you have to mistrust me, boy? What have I ever done to you?
Nothing. Not a single thing.
So you have no reason to think ill of me?
No, I really don't.
In that case, shake.
Sure. Except for the fact you killed my father, Soaring Eagle the First.
Now, Soaring Eagle the Second. That was back during the Indian Wars. We're all peaceful now.
Yeah, right. With my people on a reservation and rich white folks like Ma Carson grabbing up as much land as they want.
Wait, what?
When will there be justice for my tribe?
I feel for your people, Soaring Eagle, and I'll do everything in my power to regain the land you lost to white encroachment.
What the hell is going on?
I always knew I could count on you, Bart. Let's start by getting this herd to market. They should be worth a pretty penny.
Wait.
Then I'll call in the lien on this ranch and donate it back to the tribe. Ma Carson will have to skulk back from whence she came.
I'm not going back to Detroit.
We'll have our hunting grounds once again.
Wait.
Right after we pay Ma Carson a fair rate for this land.
Are you sure?
Well, she did raise me from a pup. I figured the least I could do is make her the richest woman in the territory.
Well, I guess that could work out. I shall move into town and open a bawdy house.
It is a grand day for all. This concludes this episode of The Carsons of Diablo Gulch. Tune in next time when we'll hear Ma Carson say,
Wait, that's what a bawdy house is?
Indeed. First Draft Playhouse, we had a series of those. Might need to write another one. Well, it feels like it's a good time for some music. And it's been a while since one of our live shows has had a musical guest. So I'm absolutely thrilled. I think everyone here knows her. And for those of you listening online, you are in for a treat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Darcy Sullivan. Give her a big round of applause. Darcy, what are you thinking about playing today?
Barbara Allen. It's a song from the 1600s. It tells a little love story, but it's kind of sad. So.
Love stories from the age of plague, so often.
Well, lots of death, which, not to give anything away, but people die. All righty, so here we go. In Scarlet Town, where I was born, there was a fair maid dwelling, made every youth cry a well a day. Her name was Barbary Allen. All in the merry month of May, when green buds they were swelling, young Willie Grove on his deathbed lay, for the love of Barbary Allen. He sent his servant to her door, to the town where she was dwelling. Haste ye come to my master's call, if your name be Barbary Allen. So slowly, slowly she got up, and slowly she grew nigh him. And oh, she said, when there she came, young man, I think you're dying. He turned his face onto the wall, and death was drawing nigh him. Goodbye, goodbye, dear friends and all. Be kind to Barbary Allen. When he was dead, laid in the grave, she heard the death bell knelling, and every note did seem to say, oh, cruel Barbary Allen. Oh, mother, mother, make my bed, make it soft and narrow. Sweet William died for the love of me, and I shall die a sorrow. They buried her in the old churchyard. Sweet William's grave was nigh hers, and from his grave grew a red, red rose. From hers a cruel briar. They grew and grew up the old church spire, until they could grow no higher, and they twined in a true love's knot, the red, red rose and the briar.
Darcy Sullivan. This went out to almost 5 people on the internet.
Now they know about cruel, cruel Barbara Allen.
Correct. Wait, Barbara Allen was the cruel one?
She denied his love until he was dead. And then she was like, oh, okay, I do love him.
That kind of sucks. Yeah,
So
you're
now I'll die
right.
too.
Okay. Well, speaking of literature, great literature, we'll be back to some more radio drama in just a bit, but now it's time to feature something new on the Icebox Radio Theater, the great literary talent our community has to offer. Now, if you go to our public library, slip into the Minnesota room, it's right there to the edge of the stacks, just to the right, you'll find we have quite a tradition of poets in town. One such volume is entitled Sparkles in Sand by Patricia Young Smith, a writer who grew up here in the Falls and most recently lived in Kentucky, though unfortunately we could not locate her as we sought permission to read her work tonight. I want to thank everyone at the iFalls Nice Facebook group, and especially Ashley Levine from the Coochin County Museums for helping us with our search, and we trust that Ms. Smith would feel honored as we read her poem this evening entitled Coochin.
Coochin by Patricia Young Smith. I'm from damp, low-lying Coochin. A bear sharpens his claws on an oak. A weasel slips away from behind the ferns. Two rivers meet. On our side, the sacred Indian mounds. Nearby, the silver-hulled river steamer, stranded since roads came. Across the water, the Canadian shore. With each spring thaw, blue boulders bloom in the sandy fields and have to be hauled away. I'm from the forest-enfolded little farm, lately wrung from wildness, in the circling tree line as quietly snug as the pole star in the dipper's embrace. The northern lights cap our clearing. The chimney's wood smoke plumes to blue sky. Beside the door, lilac and wild rose. Our dog Bingo lies in the sun, snapping at bumblebees and thumping his tail when he hears his name. I'm from the marshy creek where the pussy willows wave their sleek fur. In a lucky year, cowslips thrust up in time for the May basket you hang on the neighbor's door before pretending to run away. The creek where you can wade barefoot and watch the zigzag water bugs, the shuttling tadpoles, great croakers plunging at your approach, who might come back if you're very still. I'm from the basswood tree, whose thick greenness hides the reader sitting on a branch, not rustling leaves of tree or book. Out there, the pasture where the calf was born, the well with coldest water, the rusty pump handle that whoops like a particularly loony loon. I'm from the still pond that holds the bleached-out bones of beaver dam trees, the blueberry patches with mossy hummocks, houseflies' harmony and gnats, low sun kindling red bush. I'm from the deep woods' winter holy hush, where breathing is a feast, blue dark shadows, pine's green luxury, clean-edged against the soft stretch of Coochin snow, marked only by a rabbit's tracks and mine.
Thank you so much, Aela. And now,
The year 1957. Far to the north in the great state of Minnesota, a man of vision and virtue lived out his life at a small teacher's college. But even though our hero has chosen a life educating the next generation of educators, fate would soon play a hand.
yes, Linda?
Dr. Phil, there's a gentleman on the line from Big City State University.
No time now, Linda. I have to develop a fair but taxing exam for our fourth-year physics students, or else we'll never catch up to the Ruskies.
I understand, Dr. Phil, but he says he's a Dr. Henry Pepper, and that you worked with him once.
Ah.
Is something wrong, Doctor?
I just never thought Dr. Pepper would pop up in my life again. Put him through, Linda.
Yes, Doctor.
Phil, thank you for taking my call.
I've taken a lot of things from you over the years, Henry. A lot of guff, a lot of sidelong glances.
Phil, please. I know it's been strained between the two of us. I don't pretend to understand why you chose a quiet life of service at a northern teacher's college over the glamorous world of super science here at Big City State University. But I need your help.
Forget it, Henry. I've made my choice and you made yours. Mine was educating future generations of science teachers. So why don't you just go back to the cocktail party with your cyclotron friends and let me get to work?
I just need a second, Phil. Besides, the cocktail party's not till 7.
Goodbye, Henry.
Phil, it's compound 17.
Good God. Don't tell me.
It's true.
But that means...
Every word of it.
But how could
An
this...
investigation is starting.
Today?
No, next week. It's a...
Matter of utmost importance? I would think so.
Yes, I have...
All the best scientists? It won't be enough.
Right, look, you have to...
Stop interrupting you to convey a sense of urgency? Yes, I know. It's a bad habit.
Fine. So, if you just...
Let you finish? Well, you started this thing.
Interrupting you, yes, I know. Phil, can you be in Pelican Rapids in 2 hours?
I think so. Why?
There's no time now. I'll explain.
When we get there?
Yes, time is...
Of the essence?
Stop that!
Two hours later in the distant village of Pelican Rapids. It's good to see you again, Phil.
Likewise, Henry. Now, what's this all about?
Well, it's very confidential, so...
Oh, you don't need to worry about me, Dr. Pepper.
You remember Linda, my beautiful yet brilliant lab assistant?
Of course. It's a pleasure to see you again, my dear.
And whatever you have to say, you can say in front of her. I trust her implicitly.
Very well, Phil. You recognize this spot, of course.
Of course. These are the rapids from which the town of Pelican Rapids takes its name.
We had a lovely picnic here last spring.
I remember it well.
Yes, but do you notice anything missing?
Wait,
Yes.
wasn't there a statue
Right over there, yes.
of a big...
Pelican, that's right, Linda.
Would you let me get a word in, please?
Well, we'd love to, my dear, but you're a woman and it's the 50s.
Doctor, the statue of Pelican Pete, the world's largest pelican and source of bemused pride for this community, it's missing.
That's right. It's been missing for 2 days and we fear the worst.
Compound 17.
Compound 17.
What was this mysterious compound?
Well, initially it was supposed to give minerals organic properties. We were hoping to make rocks grow quickly.
But rocks can't grow, can they?
Only in the sense that you can add layers of new mineralized material.
Like stalactites and stalagmites?
Exactly. Our hope was to find a way for the cells in the rock to begin replicating on their own.
The Army wanted to grow fortifications overnight.
But unfortunately, the experiment was a failure, and it had side effects.
What sort of side effects, Doctor?
Well, it did nothing to cause inert matter to grow, but it did create... Well, you tell her, Phil.
Good heavens, Doctor, how bad could it be?
It animated inert material, Linda.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean, when we tested the compound on some common rocks, they started rolling around on their own. They even showed signs of a rudimentary intelligence.
But Doctor, what does all this have to do with the missing statue of Pelican Pete?
By Jupiter, what was that?
It's a giant pelican!
Yes, that's the animated statue of Pelican Pete.
Just why did you bring us here, Doctor? To see what our mistake had wrought all these years ago?
I was hoping that you could help me find a way to destroy this monstrosity. But he didn't know how to fly this morning.
Quick, get to the car. Yes, okay. Buckle up, everyone. Okay.
Oh no, he's chasing us!
We're done for.
Hang on. I was ready for this possibility. I just happen to have a rock herring here in my jacket. Here, boy, see the fish? That's it, chase the fish. Floor it, Phil.
Of course. We have to get back to my lab in Bemidji before we can solve this problem.
You have a plan?
I don't need a plan, Linda. I have science.
But when they arrived back at Dr. Phil's laboratory, they found that the animated statuary problem had grown far beyond mere pelicans.
Look, telegrams.
Alexandria, Thor the Viking is broken loose and sailing north up the Mississippi.
Blue Earth. The Jolly Green Giant is rampaging across the countryside, insisting everyone eat their vegetables and stepping on every hamburger stand he can find.
International Falls. Smokey Bear has left town and is headed to Eveleth, where he gathered the world's largest hockey stick and is skating west.
My God, it's an epidemic. Statues all over Minnesota are coming to life.
Are you sure it's because of Compound 17?
I'm not even sure of my own sanity anymore, Philip. I just know that we bottled pure evil that day 12 years ago, and I curse the day I was born for not destroying it then.
Destroying. That's it. Doctor, when did this compound disappear from the lab?
Well, I'm not sure. Last spring sometime.
Spring. As I recall, the maintenance staff at Big City State University always did a thorough cleaning of the lab every spring.
That's right. Many compounds are sorted, some destroyed.
And how would the staff destroy dangerous chemicals and toxic compounds?
Why, nature's way, Philip. They'd burn them in the incinerator.
Releasing the compound into the atmosphere in gaseous form, only to settle later on objects and people around the state.
Doctor, I wonder if you'd noticed this map. According to the telegram, all the statues we know about appear to be headed right up to Bemidji.
But why?
Wait, don't you have a statue here in town?
Of course. Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox are right on the pristine shores of Lake Bemidji.
We have to get down there right now. I'll explain on the way.
Don't get too close, Phil.
The statues seem completely inert. I don't understand it.
Well, I'm working on the theory that Compound 17, once released into the atmosphere, became trapped in water vapor high aloft and stayed there low these many months. The weather eventually dispersed across Minnesota.
Well, that would mean the compound surely fell on Paul Bunyan here.
That's right, Doctor. In fact, that's exactly what I'm counting on.
But Phil, why haven't Paul and Babe come to life like the rest?
There in the distance.
A gang of giants descending on our location. We're done for.
Did Babe's head just move?
Time's running out. Linda, there's a letter for you in my wall safe. It's labeled feces data, so you wouldn't touch it.
What?
If this doesn't work, that letter is for you.
Good God, man, what are you doing?
Playing the last card in our hand, Doctor. Keep Linda safe.
He's running right up to Paul Bunyan. Do something, he'll be killed.
I don't know what to do.
He's climbing the statue.
Why, he's talking to Paul. He's whispering right in his ear.
What does he think he's doing? Oh no!
Paul Bunyan's waking up.
Jump, Phil, jump! Paul knocked him off. Phil, are you all right?
What are they doing?
Who, the statues? Why, they're circling each other like wild animals.
Do they look ready to attack?
I'm not... They're moving away.
It might work. It just might...
He's fainted.
Quick, let's get him to the car and the hospital while we have the chance. A day later at the state-of-the-art Bemidji Medical Center. Well, you gave us quite a start, young man.
I don't see why I have to stay here in hospital. I feel fine.
You flew close to 50 feet and gave your head a good knock. Let the doctors decide when you're ready to move.
Lousy sawbones.
Well, I've got a lot of friends back at Big City State that want to know how you did it, boy.
Yes, Phil. Explain what you did. I'm on pins and needles.
Well, the behavior of the animated statuary was a puzzle to me. Then I realized their migratory movement showed evidence of a tribal connection. These statues, though they represented many different sizes and shapes, were of one mind.
Instinct drove them to gather like primitive peoples around a campfire.
Exactly.
But why gather in Bemidji? And why was Paul Bunyan animated so much later?
We've had a kind of a mania for roadside attractions in this state in recent years, but our Paul here in Bemidji predates them all. If they instinctively formed a tribe, our Paul Bunyan was their elder.
But that doesn't explain why Paul was so late in joining the pack.
Well, I think I can explain that, my dear. The more you age, the more it takes to get you out of bed in the morning.
Well said, Doctor.
But why did you talk to him, Phil?
I theorized that the other statuary came to sentience alone. Without guidance, they reacted instinctively. But I thought that if Paul woke up with the voice of reason in his ear, perhaps he could bring order to this race of giants.
Well, he certainly did that. They all turned around and walked back to their pedestals. As near as we can tell, they're all just statues again. Even Paul and Babe are back in their familiar spot along the lake.
All well and good, but what did you say to the concrete beast, Phil? What were the words that saved us all?
I wish I could tell you, Henry, but that knock on the head appears to have wiped it clean out of my memory.
Well, I hope you don't forget everything from that day.
No. Everything up to the moment Paul threw me down is pretty much intact.
Good, because I found that letter, Phil, and I know you intended it to only be in case of your death, but I had to read it.
That's all right, Linda. I know your womanly curiosity would not be contained. I only wish I could have told you in words years ago what my neat and scientific handwriting related in that letter disguised as feces data. I love you, Linda. That's why I couldn't stay at Big City State University, Henry. I had to come to Bemidji to be with her.
Oh, Philip.
Oh, Linda.
All is well along the shores of Minnesota's 10,000 lakes, but somewhere a compound floats in the atmosphere, waiting to fall to earth, animating whatever it touches. All we can do is watch hopefully, and wait, and wait, and wait.
All right. Excitement, drama, so much more is in store for you on the Coffee Landing Radio Hour, brought to you by the Icebox Radio Theater. We're going to take a little break now here at the Coffee Landing. Why don't you grab another cup, check out the goodie offerings, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes for another play or two, music from Darcy Sullivan, and more on the Coffee Landing Radio Hour.
She's been away for months, but I haven't cheated once. Stayed home nights, didn't dance, wasn't taking any chance. Didn't flirt, and though it hurt, I just couldn't do my cutie dirt. My days were blue, my nights were black, but I just knew that she'd come back. For I love her and she loves me, and say, don't think there ain't no Santa Claus. I know darn well there is, because my cutie's due at 2 to 2 today.
And we're back. It's the Coffee Landing Radio Hour, brought to you by the Icebox Radio Theater and coming to you live from the Coffee Landing Cafe in International Falls, Minnesota. This half of our show features more radio drama, a song from our maven of music, that's Darcy Sullivan, and much, much more. But first, of course, here is a word from our sponsor.
Okay, Gramps, I'll see you at church for Aunt Cindy's wedding.
Okay, now do you know how to get there?
It's okay, Gramps. I have GPS on my phone.
Oh, now you head down towards Montlake Avenue, but you don't turn onto Montlake.
Gramps, I have a GPS.
Oh, then you go through 4 traffic lights.
Grandparents, a national treasure. We love hearing their stories of seeing the Beatles in concert or almost losing a limb in the war, but do your grandparents insist on being, well, helpful, even though their directions can be difficult to follow? Well, we here at Elder Tech, the company that brings people together, are here to help. Sure, GPS is great, but the more you depend on your phone to find your way, the sadder your grandparents become as they come to realize their vast store of knowledge has been supplanted by a tiny plastic box made by foreigners. That's why we at Elder Tech are proud to bring you the GGPS, the Grandparent Global Positioning System.
GGPS?
Hey, up.
Where's the nearest grocery store?
Oh, you hungry? You want some soup?
No, I'll just get some at the deli.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever you want. It's real good soup, though. Where'd you want to go?
The nearest grocery store.
Oh, you missed that turn ages ago.
With the GGPS, your mind will remain sharp and able to keep up with the greatest generation's directions.
Hey, up.
GGPS, could you tell me how to get to I-35?
Of course. You turn left here.
There is no left. That's a cliff.
Oh, that's right. Well, turn right then.
Okay.
Now, there's 2 ways you can go here. You go down 2 lights till you hit the vacant lot where the Piggly Wiggly used to be. Then you swing around by Fred Lewis's old house. You know that place? It had brown shutters before they painted them. Oh, you must know it. Fred lived there for years.
And your new GGPS system is available no matter what generation your elders hail from. There's the greatest generation.
I courted your grandmother where that mall is now.
Baby boomer.
It doesn't matter where you turn, 'cause, you're always there, you know?
Even Generation X.
Nice seatbelt, wuss.
Yes, the Grandparent GPS, where people are more important than places, or schedules, or getting there at all.
Say, when do they put a lake here? Hey, GPS. Well, we have a special feature now. We called around to all of our listeners all over the country and in other countries as well, and asked, would you like to have a greeting? Would you like to say hello to the folks here at the Coffee Landing Cafe? And many of them responded. We call it From Beyond. Ooh. Steve in Eugene, Oregon says, Icebox Radio Theater is the best source of audio dramas I've ever found. I listen to a lot of audio dramas because I have a big dog who demands 2 walks a day. Glad to be of public service. P.S. Oregon's loss has been Minnesota's gain. You have adapted well to the snowy Northlands. You have no idea. Mary from Denver. We love Mary. Mary, yes. Says hello to everyone in International Falls. Yay, Icebox Radio Theater. Jerry in Minneapolis says, my mind is a dangerous place to be by myself, so I'm glad to have Icebox Radio for company sometimes. Thanks for all the colorful pictures. Jerry's from the 60s, in case you were wondering. David from Duluth invites you all to the Magic Smelt Parade and Fish Fry. That's coming up on Sunday the 25th. If you can't make it for the parade, eat some smelt wherever you are.
That is a real thing. I've seen it on the news. People dress up. It's hilarious.
That's my next t-shirt. Eat some smelt wherever you are.
Got smelt?
Got smelt? Little fish emblem. Anyway. Hello from Ken in Honolulu. Yes, one of our great supporters. When it gets to 60 degrees, we pull out the parkas. He's proud of that for some reason. Mike from Pittsburgh, and a shout out to all my friends and family that I did inspire to listen, to keep on listening, keep on going, my friends. Thank you very much, Mike. Hi to the Icebox from John in Vancouver, British Columbia. We're like Canada, but instead of blizzards, we get, spring. Love the program. Keep it up. And this just came in. It's in italics, so I think it's a poem. Artful tales drift ether-bound from northern lakes to ocean shore. I listen still and ever will, quoth Bill, a fan from Baltimore. That is Bill from Baltimore, our number one fan. Yes. Bill, if you're listening, you just got a round of applause. And of course, Caleb from right here in the Falls said, Call your mother
and tell her you love her.
Yes. That's from Beyond. Okay. Another 5-minute mystery. Five-Minute Mysteries, the series inspired by the classic old-time radio program that ran all over the nation on the Mutual Broadcasting System in the late 1940s. In the next few minutes, you'll receive all the clues you need to solve a perplexing whodunit. Then, we'll give you 1 minute to do just that. This week on 5-Minute Mysteries, the trophy fish.
Headquarters, this is Ranger Pierce. I'm at the boat landing and there's a disturbance going on between two fishermen, looks like. I'm exiting the vehicle.
Be careful, Ranger. Pretty warm out today. We've had a lot of reports of arguments breaking out.
Copy that.
And I tell you, that's always been there.
Nonsense. I caught that fish yesterday and you know it.
All right, boys, calm down.
Oh, Ranger Tina.
Sorry, I didn't see you there.
I just happened by. Sounds like you two are having a regular Donnybrook.
No, maybe.
Well, what do you have in the cooler there?
We aren't over the limit, if that's what you're thinking.
No, it doesn't look like it. I count 2, 4, 5 fillets. Fish not biting?
Today they weren't. Yesterday you couldn't keep them out of the boat.
Well, today wasn't so bad. Look here in the other cooler.
Well, now, he's a big fella.
It's legal, right? I'm allowed one fish over 26 inches?
That's right.
Okay.
Oh, you're allowed? What do you mean you're allowed?
Oh, just what I said. That's my fish.
Heck it is. That's my fish.
All right, boys, that's enough. We seem to have a conflict over who caught that trophy.
Ain't no conflict.
There is too.
Well, why don't you tell me the whole story from the beginning?
Well, you know me, Tina.
That's right, I do. But pretend I don't. Just tell the story like you were talking to a cop. Because, Carl?
Yeah?
You are talking to a cop.
Oh, right. Well, Tommy here's friend from Illinois.
Was a friend.
Now, that's enough. Go ahead, Carl.
We two get together every year, do a little fishing. He's been up at my place here about a week now.
Okay.
Anyway, everything was going good until I caught this trophy this morning. We were packing up the day's catch when he starts making a fuss that I stole his fish.
Oh, what a pack of lies. You know what we do to people like you in Chicago, Carl?
All right, simmer down. Tommy, was it?
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you tell me your side?
Well, I caught that fish yesterday. I brought it in, put it in my cooler, and then this morning he's putting today's catch away when I happened to be standing behind him. Opens up his cooler and there it was, my trophy.
No, it's my trophy.
You big liar.
Now, hold on a second. Don't you remember who caught the fish?
What do you mean?
Well, I assume both of you were in the boat at the time the fish was caught. It's pretty memorable landing a monster like that.
Well, that's just the thing. We didn't fish together yesterday. I borrowed Carl's boat and he just stayed in and cast from the dock.
I get a little seasick, Tina. I wouldn't have enjoyed it out in the boat yesterday.
And you say you caught the fish yesterday, Tommy?
That's right.
All right, Carl, what's your story? When did you catch the fish?
Well, Tommy had a little work to do this morning on his computer, so I had it out alone.
And your seasickness?
Well, take a look. She's pretty calm today.
All right, boys. I think I got this all figured out.
Does Ranger Tina have it all figured out? Do you? In keeping with the tradition of the original 5-Minute Mysteries program, we now give you 1 minute to come up with your own solution to the mystery. Who does the fish really belong to? And how did Ranger Tina figure it out? Your 1 minute begins now. I'm serious. You get a minute. Ten seconds. And now we return to our story. You say you have it all figured out, Ranger Tina?
That's right, Carl.
Well, I'll just keep the fish then.
Oh, no, you don't. I'll take that fish.
Oh, you're crazy.
Actually, he's not, Carl.
What?
The trophy fish belongs to your friend Tommy.
Well, I mean, I suppose that's a matter of opinion.
Carl.
Oh, fine, take it.
Thank you. How'd you expect to get away with a fish story like that anyway, Carl?
Just always wanted a fish for over the mantle, and that walleye's perfect.
Oh, he sure is. Say, Ranger Tina, how did you figure this out?
Well, you say you caught the fish yesterday, a day when it was too rough for Carl to be out in the boat on account of his tender tummy. It was sunny yesterday, so that suggested to me that we had a pretty good walleye chop going.
That's right, they were biting like crazy.
Today, though, the water is calm, and it's pretty warm out, which would drive the fish deeper. I figured it was possible for you to catch that trophy today, Carl, but the odds were against it. And there is the other thing.
What other thing?
I've known you for a long time, Carl. You couldn't tell the truth about fishing if your life depended on it.
Join us next time for another 5-Minute Mystery. Well, Darcy, I know that's a tough act to follow. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome her back to the microphone. Darcy Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh.
It's a couple hundred years newer, though.
So the death is closer to us as we sit here.
Yeah. Well, no death.
Good.
No death.
No death.
No death this time.
Just sadness.
Yeah, just sadness.
Okay.
Don't sing love songs, you wake my mother. She's sleeping here right by my side. And in her right hand's a silver dagger. She says that I can't be your bride. All men are false, so says my mother. They tell you wicked and loving lies. The very next evening, they'll court another, leave you alone to pine and sigh. My daddy is a handsome devil. He's got a chain 5 miles long, and on every link a heart does dangle of another maid he's loved and wronged. Go find yourself another maiden and hope that she will be your wife. For I've been warned and I've decided to live alone all of my life. Don't sing love songs, you wake my mother. She's sleeping here, right by my side. And in her right hand's a silver dagger. She says that I can't be your bride. Ooh.
Yes. No, I'm fine. You didn't need to come. Stop worrying about it. No, I'm only about an hour from the road, Tippy. I'm fine. I'm at the campsite now, and I still have 3 bars. I'll be in contact the whole time. All right. I promise I'll leave if anyone else shows up, but they're not going to. The reason my dad loves this spot is that no one else knows where it is. I promise. Yeah, I'm here. I gotta go. I love you too. I gotta go. Bye. Gosh darn it. Excuse me? Hey, excuse me. Hey!
What? Sorry, I had my headset in.
Well, I can see that.
I didn't know you were there.
What do you think you're doing?
Well, I thought this campsite was available.
Well, it's not. I got here first.
Right, yeah. You staying?
Why else do you think I'd be here?
I noticed you're all packed up. I thought maybe you were heading out.
I just got here. I haven't unpacked yet.
Oh. Were you gonna stay?
Of course I was gonna stay.
You've got a little attitude, don't you?
Excuse me?
Whoever told you that severe librarian works for you, it doesn't. You just come off as a, you know.
No, I don't know, and I don't want to. And I don't care what you think, because I got here first, so this is my campsite. There's plenty of others. Go find one.
Well...
Well, what?
I mean, the site is plenty big enough for 2 tents or 2 sleeping bags if you were going to sleep out.
I have a tent.
Me too, so we're good.
What do you think you're doing?
The site's plenty big enough for both of us. I'll just stay over here. And...
No!
Well, if you're worried about me trying something, I won't. Trust me.
I don't even know you.
I don't even know you. You could be a serial killer or something.
I'm not a serial killer.
Is what you'd say if you were one.
If I were a serial killer, wouldn't that be a reason for you to go far away from me?
No, I'm not worried. I know Taekwondo.
Really?
Well, I took Taekwondo in 6th grade for a week. Look, there are plenty of other campsites. Go find one.
I got here first. I registered the site with the rangers and everything.
Registered at the ranger station? That makes the hike in like twice as long.
And I still beat you here by several minutes.
Minutes? So you did just arrive.
It doesn't matter. I beat you here. This is my site.
Look, this site is... It's very special to me and my family. I just want to spend one night here because I'll leave you alone, I promise. But I just...
What do you mean the site is special to your family?
Wow, interrupt much?
I'm sorry, but what did you mean by that?
None of your business.
If you want to stay, you're going to have to explain what you meant.
Are you saying if I tell you, you'll let me stay?
Just explain what you meant by that.
Fine.
What are you doing?
I'm leaving. That's what you want, isn't it?
What?
Take the damn site. I don't care.
Well, okay. I mean, I'm sorry.
She's sorry.
I'm...
Don't strain yourself, dude. It's pretty obvious you prefer to be alone and that you've got a lot of practice doing it, all beyond my merry way.
I just don't...
Look, you won, okay? You're getting the site, you're getting your privacy, you'll never have to see me again. If you can just keep your passive-aggressive mouth shut for 10 seconds. Can you do that? Good start. Have a nice life.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Nothing. Just leave me alone.
Put that back.
Put what back?
That stone from the fire ring. You just took a stone out of the fire ring.
So, it looked like a nice souvenir of our lovely time together.
You can't.
Watch me.
You can't break up the ring of fire.
What'd you just say?
I said you can't vandalize the campsite like that. This is state property.
No, that's not what you said. I can't break up the ring of fire.
Well, I mean...
Don't break up the ring of fire lest it become your funeral pyre. But fan the flames higher and higher so the life you live will
inspire.
All right, how do you know that poem?
It's not really a poem. It's just a rhyming couplet. I was an English major.
Congratulations. Who sent you? Was it Mark and those jerks from the office?
What?
Was it Candace? This would be the kind of weird revenge she'd go to. Well, next time you see her, if you would please remind her that the breakup was mutual and I did give her back her stupid records.
I don't know any Candace.
Then how do you know my mom's poem?
It's not a poem. It's a rhyming... Wait. Did you say your mom's poem?
I gotta go.
Wait.
I'm taking the rock. You can't stop me. If you move the others around, it'll make a perfectly solid fire ring.
But you said... Wait.
See you around, English major.
You can stay.
What?
You can stay in the site. Just keep on your side and put the stone back in the ring.
Look, I don't think it's such a big...
Don't you want to know how I know that poem?
Well, since you admitted it's a poem, I guess I have to stay.
All right. But first, would you tell me how you know it?
Why?
Oh, just humor me, please. I'll tell you how I know, and you can stay in the site. I promise. Just please.
Okay, fine. My mom and I used to come up to this site every year. It's a special place for us. She couldn't make it this year, so I came ahead just for a night, just so the streak wouldn't be broken.
The streak?
Mom and I have come up every summer for an overnight since I was 10. It's 18 years. I didn't want to break the streak.
Right.
The firing was what made the site special. You look around the park, all the other sites have those cinder block pits with the metal grate for cooking. This is the only site in the park with a ring of stones. And this stone, the stone I was going to take with me, I brought this stone and put it in the ring myself. Brought it from home. The house I wasn't going to live in anymore. I was 12, Mom and Dad's divorce had just gone through, and he moved to Oregon. Mom, my sister, and I had to move to an apartment. You knew the poem.
Yes.
How?
It was from my dad.
Okay.
We don't have a streak, not 18 straight years, but we tried to come up as often as we could. A couple of years we came up more than once. You see that black shiny rock?
Basalt, yeah.
That's mine. It was my dad's. He had a rock collection and he gave it to me to bring up here to join it with the ring.
Did he tell you the ring had magical healing powers and no matter how bad it hurt, the ring could make it feel better?
What? No, it's just a fire ring.
Oh.
I mean, it's not just a fire ring. It's our special place.
Our special place, too. Mom and me, I mean.
Yeah. Do you think every one of those stones belongs to some kid? Like that a whole bunch of people come here?
Did your dad tell you that?
No, it's just something I wondered. I mean, how else could both of us know that couplet?
Mom always told me she found this site with a friend when she was just a kid. They made up the poem together.
Dad never shared. Here.
What is it?
I have a photo. Yeah, right here. This is my dad.
Oh, an actual print.
Well, it's from the 90s, so yeah.
Was this on a trip up here?
I don't know. I mean, he's got a backpack and boots on and looks like he's out in the woods, but it could be up here. I know he backpacked a ton when he was young.
Wait.
What is it?
There's a shadow behind him, see? On the rock, there's a second person in this photo.
Yeah, he told me. He said it was an ex from his undergrad years.
Edge of this print's a little sharper than the others, like it'd been cut with scissors. Wait a minute.
What?
My phone, hang on. Yeah, here, look.
What is this?
I always liked this picture of my mom, but my sister has it now, so I took a snapshot with my phone as a keepsake. It's the same picture. She's in her hiking gear, and the lighting, the rock behind them, it's all the same. Look, hold them side by side.
Wow. Guess we figured out why they both know that poem now.
I've been told it's a couplet.
Could I ask you a question?
I guess.
When's your birthday?
March 26th. Why?
Oh, nothing.
Wait a minute. Were you thinking that your dad and my mom...
Just forget about it.
thought we had a Luke and Leia thing? Long-lost twins?
What? No.
How old are you?
Rude.
28, I'll bet. And whatever your birthday is, it isn't March 26th, right?
It was just a thought, okay? There's no harm in wanting a little drama in your life. I mean, it is a romantic idea, isn't it?
What is?
Two lovers finding a special campsite all their own. They drift apart but bring their kids up here over the years to try and recapture some of the magic. They make up a poem about the fire ring.
I'd really appreciate if you didn't talk about my mother that way.
What way? Are you angry at me?
Speculating as to how many guys she shacked up with?
I'm not suggesting that. She was just a kid. My dad, too.
Please don't talk about her that way. I wanted to sleep here tonight, now all I can think about is her in a tent with some random bearded dude.
My father is not some random dude. He's a great man who always provided for us and was a wonderful husband and father.
Okay. Sorry.
He chaperoned on school trips, and he coached t-ball and soccer, and...
Hey, it's okay. I'm sorry. Just chill.
And he didn't just shack up with your mom. If they had a relationship, I'm sure it was beautiful.
Where's your dad now?
None of your business.
Left, didn't he? The way you're acting, I think he left.
You know, in a minute, I'm gonna punch you in your smug face.
Smug? You come up here, you ruin my weekend.
Your weekend!
And you dare call me smug? The hell's wrong with you?
I got the campsite first.
5 minutes, maybe.
And you don't know a thing about me or my family.
Well, that cuts both ways.
So if I'm ruining your weekend, you're ruining mine too.
This is important to me.
It's important to me.
You wouldn't understand.
Understand what? How much more important your feelings are?
No.
Well, then what?
She's dead, okay?
What?
Mother died a month ago. Fought cancer for 4 years, but it finally won. This is it. This is the end of the streak. Shouldn't even really count because we're not up here together, but I just couldn't.
Oh, it's okay.
Shut up.
It's okay.
You don't know. You can't know. I don't even know your name.
It's Penelope.
Seriously?
I go by Penny. My dad always called me Penny.
I'm Sean.
Good to meet you, Sean.
Likewise. He didn't leave, did he? Your dad, I mean.
Not really.
Not really?
I talked to him before I came up here. Had a nice afternoon with him. Of course, he thought I was one of the nurses. And then he thought I was my sister for a little while. Then I asked him to tell me the story of the day I was born because that's the one story he could always remember, but he couldn't. He got mixed up in the details. He got pretty upset then. Like he knew he should remember the story, but he just couldn't. He cried real tears, too. He was so frustrated. But after a minute, he looked at me and asked if I was new in the kitchen. Thought I was there to bring him his lunch. Thing is, he's as strong as an ox. If not for the dementia, he easily could have made the hike today. Could have carried water, cut the firewood, complained that I brought the cheap maple syrup instead of the real thing. His body could go on 10, maybe 15 more years, but his mind...
Sorry.
Yeah, me too. Sorry for your mom, I mean.
Thank you.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I put the rock back in the fire ring. Did you bring wood?
Some. I wasn't sure if I was gonna stay the night.
I brought enough. Kindling, too. Have a water bag?
Oh, of course. I'll go down to the station and fill up if you...
Start the fire?
If you would.
Did you bring for grub?
Pancake mix for tomorrow, hot dogs for tonight.
I got franks and beans.
Ugh. Well, you're welcome to them.
You don't know what you're missing. But please tell me you remembered s'more supplies.
Of course, that's basic.
Oh, thank God, I forgot graham crackers.
Don't worry, I got you.
This has been The Fire Ring by Jeffrey Adams. Starring Aela and Justin. Did I introduce everybody? Everyone knows everyone. Well, it's been 21 years since Diane and I first came to Minnesota. We moved in December that year, and we found winter, which is most Minnesotans' least favorite season, to be enchantingly beautiful. Snow in western Oregon and western Washington, where we came from, is considered almost a kind of gift. The word snow is mentally married to the words snow day, that mythical childhood insta-holiday that can appear at any time between November and February, giving all of us kids a day off from lectures, tests, bullying, and all the other delights that come with attending an American school. Where I grew up, snow transformed our gray-green world into a Christmas card, complete with an instant excuse to shirk responsibility. Quite a few of our parents did the same, curling up under the blankets with hot chocolate and a good book while we sledded and snowball fought until our faces turned numb. The logic was, enjoy this. You don't want to be out on the roads anyway, and besides, it's all going to melt by noon. In International Falls, people did not share that sentiment. Here, the snow came and it did not leave. It was plowed into piles, then scooped into dump trucks, then exiled to an otherwise useless patch of ground outside of town. But for our family in those first few years, it was still a delight. We did not really tire of it that first winter, or even the next few winters. Even the bitter cold, winter's left hook to go along with snow's right jab wasn't so bad. Our century-old furnace kept the house cozy, and our Land's End coats made us feel like Arctic explorers as we walked from the car to Super One's front door. We went to hockey games, we bought cross-country skis, we snowshoed the Voyager's Trail. We had ourselves a fine time acclimating to our new time zone, even as those around us grumbly threatened to move. But what I remember most about that first year was the bizarre ritual that all of the people around us followed in the weeks after the snow began to melt. What had been an enchanting winter wonderland became something resembling a cross between a dog park and a strip mine. The snow disappeared and revealed that, in fact, the entire town had been a dog park all winter. Once winter well and truly lost its grip and the mercury climbed above freezing for an entire day and an entire night, all of that snow transitioned into freezing, cold, muddy, filthy water that sought any low or not so low place to puddle up and stay. A lake appeared in our backyard, another in our basement. Walking a block on a public sidewalk became an obstacle course with water hazards. Yet all around us, every new church friend, every new coworker, and I can only assume every new classmate seemed completely overjoyed that their town had been changed from Santa's workshop into a particularly grim patch of the Soviet Union. We were confused by this. Rain we understood. As I said, we came from the Pacific Northwest, one of the rainiest parts of the country. We even understood flooding. I grew up in a town that maintained a large gully down its center just to deal with the runoff, and the aforementioned basement lake was not unheard of where I came from. But this delight people took in a hideous brown landscape was foreign to me. Wasn't winter prettier and more fun? Yes, the snow could be a nuisance, but we had a system for dealing with it. Plows, dump trucks, earth-moving equipment, and dozens of man-hours went into moving the white stuff out of our way. But melting season was simply endured. Grin and bear it had never been taken more literally. I suppose this confusion stayed with me for the first 5 years we lived here. Celebrating melt was a strange ritual that I myself did not participate in. Even as the snow slowly lost its allure, as I moved from shovels to scoops to snowblowers, and as I found it more and more difficult to be enchanted by the 3 to 5 inches dropping on our town one April afternoon, I still held out resistance to melt. I guess I just wasn't ready. This past month, when the weather couldn't seem to make up its mind, I came to a realization. We'd had a snowstorm that was obliterated by rain and warmth in 48 hours, followed by a day of sun. I was walking by Smoky Bear Park, as is my habit in the afternoon, and I took a seat at one of the benches near the Astronaut Memorial and the Peace Obelisk. I was enjoying myself. The sun was shining, it was warm enough to take off my gloves, and I had a cup of joe from Coffee Landing in my hand. A little smile spread across my face as I gazed at the traffic on 3rd Street and turned to wonder at our ruined band shell and wondered when it would finally be replaced. And it was then, as I squinted into the early spring sunshine, that I realized I was having a good day, despite the fact that the world was still very, very brown. Yes, the trees were still bare and the grass still dead. The leaves from last October were scattered everywhere, half chewed to mulch by the passing of time and weather. But the puddles had disappeared into the thirsty earth, and the only snow I could see was more mud than ice crystals now. Tiny piles holding out against the seasons under trees and benches. Not my bench, though. My bench was bone dry and sun-warmed. And so I realized in that moment that after 21 years, a transition had taken place. Melt no longer confused me. It is not my favorite season, not by a long shot, but it's no longer a source of bewilderment. I'm not in love with mud or anything, but I think I understand its appeal. This ugly stepsister to spring's beautiful Cinderella has charms all her own. She is a season of pure promise. Nothing about melt is present tense. It's all about the future. And if we're going to live in a place with both Christmas card winters and summers at the lake, we're going to need a transition. The world's in a rut right now. Change appears to be a far-off thing. But if I've learned anything from my time in the falls, it's that every single season has its place. It's just that sometimes change appears a little muddier than we'd like. And that's the last word. That's our show for tonight. This has been the Coffee Landing Radio Hour, brought to you by the Icebox Radio Theater. I have no idea if Isaac still has the till open, but you could check. Be sure to join us at 4th of July. We're going to be back at the pop-up radio station in the tent. Plenty of drama and music and as much stuff as we can find. And we will be having a concert series this summer. Our date is July the 23rd, but keep coming just as soon as they start. Check the, the iFalls Facebook page for all that information. Speaking of music, how about a big hand for Darcy Sullivan? And of course, our wonderful actors, Justin Kapla, the lovely, the talented Aela Mackintosh. And I'm Jeff Adams. Thanks very much for coming. Good night.
Ooh, Boston beans, soy beans, green beans, cabbage and greens. I'm not keen upon a bean unless it is a cherry bean, boy. I love coffee, I love tea. I love the java jive and it loves me. Coffee and the tea and the java and me. A cover, yeah. I love java, sweet and hot. Whoops, Mr. Moto, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me the pot and I'll pour me a shot. A cup, yeah. Oh, throw me that slug from the wonderful mug. I'll cut a rug till I'm snug in the jug. Drop a nickel in a pot, Joe. I take 'em a slow. Waiter, percolator. I love coffee, I love tea. I love the jabber jabber and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the jabber and me. Yeah. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Boom.